10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar series organized by CAT International. Myself, Nijesh Nandan. So today we'll be having a discussion on the new features in SolidWorks 2020. So each year, the software will be adding efficient tools in order to increase the productivity of the software. So we can have a discussion on few features that is newly added to the software. We will be dealing with the features that are commonly used for the 3D modeling purposes, and let us see what the new features are. So as the first feature, let us discuss a tool that is included in the sketching part. So that is the fill out edges. So let us see how that works. So here I am having a model. So this is the model that we have. So let me create a plane. I just want to make a sketch. So I have a front plane here. From there, let me create a plane at an offset distance. Okay, let me create a plane here. And I'm going to sketch on this particular plane. I'm going to orient the view. And when I go with this option here, right? So when I come here, you can see that the new function added here, seal out entities. So let me select it. And if I select this body, all the outer edges will be projected to the sketching plane. So this is how you can make use of the seal out entities. That is a new added feature into the sketching environment in SolidWorks 2020. So this is a very helpful tool that can be used in order to project all the outer edges of a feature. And next, what we are going to discuss is about the orientation of a body that we create. So in SolidWorks, unlike many of the other 3D modeling software, the height as the up vector, the height of the up vector is given in the y-axis. So in 2020 SolidWorks, they have added a provision in which we can just change the up vector from y-axis to z-axis. Let us see how it is done. So for that, I have to go for the view orientation. So here you have the view orientation here, right here on the top in the a view toolbar, hits a view toolbar. So you can just drop down this and then you can take it from this. So here you have it, or you can go with the space button for the view orientation, and then here you have the option to change it, the up axis flyout. Here from the Y up views, I'm going to apply Z as the up axis. So I'm clicking this. So it is asking whether you want to change the orientation or not. I'm going with yes. And here you have the change of orientation of the part. So this is how you can change the orientation from the y as up vector, and you are changing it to the z as the up vector. And the next feature that we are going to discuss will be about the selection sets that we have. So you can select different faces on a body and then you can save those as a single selection set so that you can apply, it can be material or related features. So if you want to select the same set of faces again and again, so here you can have a set of faces. You can define a set of faces. You can select the faces and define that as a single set. So in the earlier versions, you didn't have a provision to add a face to the previously created selection set. From 2020 onwards, you can add any other faces to the previously defined selection sets. Let us see how it can be done. So this is a part I'm having. So let me select these cylindrical faces. So here I am having a body like this, and let me select the cylindrical faces here. I'm selecting this face, the face here, and the face here. So these are the faces I'm selecting, and if you want to add this as a selection set, you have to right click on it and then you go with save selection and then go with new selection set. So here you can see in the design tree that you have added a selection set. So these are the three faces that are in the selection set. Suppose I wanted this cylindrical face also to add into that set. So I can select the face here and here, and then I can go with right click and see in the save selection. Either you can create a new selection set for this, or you can come here down to this option and you can just add it to the previous set that you have created. If you click on this, so the faces are added. So when you select this face, you can clearly see that these two faces are added into the previous selection set. So this is how you can add a new face into the previously defined selection set. And the next feature is very interesting. When we try to open, or if you try to save a different kind of a file in SolidWorks, let for example you consider a form tool or a Wellman profile. If you want to save it, it is saved in a different format than the solid part. So the arrangement of the file types have been changed in 2020. So it is arranged, all the SolidWorks files are arranged at the top and the rest are arranged in an alphabetical order so that it can be easily found out from the list. Let us see how that is. So now let me come here and just let me open a file. So when I come here, or here you can see that all files have listed, and if you just click on this option, you can see that all the SolidWorks files are arranged at the top, and you can just see all the other types of files that are arranged in alphabetical order so that it is easy for us to find out what is the type of file, whether it is IGS or the step file that you want to open. So it will be easy to find out the type of files that we are going to use. And the next enhancement that we are going to discuss is about applying material to a created body. So when a part is designed, when we want to apply a material, often it will take a bit of time to search for the material that we actually need. So you have to drop down each menu inside each folder, and then you have to you have to search for the type of material you need there. But in the latest version, we have a search option where you can just search for your material that is needed. Let us check it out. So here I have a part, and then from the design tree you can see that the material is not specified. So let me come here to the material. I'm going with right click and go with edit material. So here I have the list. So previously, as you can see here, you have to drop down from each category and you have to see for the material you need, right? So the provision for searching a kind of material was not there in the previous versions. So from 2020, you can have a search option, and from here you can search. Suppose it is brass. Okay, so it comes under copper lights. So you can find the material easily. You can select it, apply, and then close. So you have applied the material of brass. So you can easily select the material using the search option that is there provided. All right. So this makes your work even more easier. It saves your time for in searching the material that is needed in each folder. So this is what we have in SolidWorks 2020. So this is the object. Here the material is not specified. You can come here and go with edit material, and then instead of going for the search here, searching the type of material you need, you can come here right on top of it and then go for a search. As I told, we can go with brass. You search for it and you can find it here under the copper alloys. So you can select it and then go with apply. So this is how you can apply the material by searching for the type of material you need. And next, let us have a discussion on surface design. So here, whenever we are creating a surface, we will be making the surface thicken, right? So when we use the thicken option, so I'm just coming here to select this option. I'm going with thicken, and then I'm going to give a thickness here for this selected for this created surface. So I'm selecting this surface here. So you can see now when you give a thickness, let me give a thickness of 2 mm. So I'm giving a thickness of 2 mm. So when you give a thickness here, when I go with OK now, see the thickness added to this is like this. So it will be normal to that particular surface, the thickness. So this direction can be changed in SolidWorks 2020. So when you are making the thickness, I'm going with the edit feature. So when you are going with the thicken option, so when you give the thickness, here itself, you have an option to define the direction of a thickness, okay, direction of thicken option. So you can just select it and then you can have the selection of a plane to which the normal direction will be taken. If I am selecting the top plane, so you will be getting a thickness that is normal to the selected plane. So you can see the change in shape. Now the thickness is normal to the plane that we have selected. So here I have a change of shape in the thickness. You can clearly see it, right? So earlier, when I'm going with the undo option, so this was the shape. If I go with the redo option, am I getting a change? No. So let me go with edit feature once again, and here you have the direction of the thicken. You can select it and then select a plane. Okay, so when you're selecting that, you will be getting a thickness that is normal to the selected plane. So this is how it is created. So you have a thickness that is in a particular direction. So you can define a direction for thickness in surfaces in SolidWorks 2020. And next, let us discuss something with the assemblies design. So when we are making a pattern for any of the components in an assembly, after applying the pattern, like it can be linear pattern or circular, we can then, after applying the pattern, we can adjust the position of each and individual components that are there in the pattern. Let us see how it can be done here. So here I have having a component like this. So here this is a fixed component, and here I have a screw here. Let me just have a pattern of this. Coming here with the circular component pattern, and then let me select this is the component that is to be patterned, and for the direction 1, so let me select the cylindrical face. So about this axis it is getting patterned. So here you can see that the number of instances you can give, I suppose I'm giving it as 3. So this is an instance. All right, so in order to move this position, it is still possible. So here it is not in a proper position. So if you want to have a different position of individual component in the pattern, you can do it using this option right here, that is to modify the instance that is there. So if you click it here, you can select any of the instance. So when I select an instance here, I can click on it and go with modify instance, and then here you have an angle for it. So let me just give, now the angle is 120. Let me give an angle of 115. So you go to enter. So you have a different position for that, and if you want to move this component, you have to come here and click on this point that is provided here. So you can clearly see a point here. If you click on this and go with modify instance, you can have an angle here. So you come here and just change that angle. Let me give it as 230. Okay, so you have the change of position of the components that is created. So similar case is with the linear pattern also. If you have if you are creating a pattern using the linear component pattern, you can edit the position after giving the pattern also. So this is how you can edit the position of a component in a pattern. Next, let us have a discussion from the section of drawing in the drafting session. So in the drafting session also, they have added much advanced tools. Let us see what are they. So here I am having a drafting environment. So this is a front view of a revolved body. So in the annotations, they have added the chain dimension also. In the previous version, we were having only the baseline dimension. So they have added the chain dimension also. So let us see how it works. So let me just come here and click on chain dimension. So when I'm selecting it, so I can come here and give the dimensions like this. You can just simply keep on selecting the dimensions for getting the change dimension like this. So here I have created the chain dimension. And now if I want the overall dimension for this created dimensions, so I can just right click on it, and here I can go with add overall. So this is an overall dimension for the complete shaft that is given here. So if any dimension is deleted from in between, even if it is deleted, automatically the software adjusts the dimension in the chain dimension. So this is how chain dimension works in the new version of SolidWorks. So they have added one more dimension type, that is a chain dimension. Next, let us have a discussion on a new feature that is then the drawing session. So here, when we create the draft for each part, the scale is very important to be noted. So we can scale the components according to our necessity. So here, when we come here to this section, we can see that they have given you the standard scales. So automatically you can just select the scale from here itself. But in 2020, if you need a custom scale, or from for the previous versions that we have to go with the sheet properties, and then from there, see here you can see the sheet properties, right? So you can see go to the sheet property, and from here you can change it in order to give any other custom scale. But from the newer version, you can come here, write down, and then you can go with the user defined. Suppose you want a scale of 3:1, or here 5:1, it is not available. So if you want a scale like that, you can directly access it from here. You can go with user defined, and then you can go with 3 part 1, that is 3:1. So this is the scale I want. So here you can have a scale like this, or if you want it as 5:1, you can go with user defined again, and let me give it as 5:1. So here I have a scale of 5:1. So this is how you can go with the user defined scale, how you can add a user defined scale to the sheet. Then when we are creating detail view, when we create a detail view, so normally when we create a detail view, it will be the double the scale of the existing view. But in this version, you can come here, right here, you can increase the scale, or you can give any custom scale at the same window itself. So if you wanted, you can give the scale it from the property manager itself while creating the detailed view. So that were the few features that would help you in SolidWorks 2020 to design your work faster. So those were the features that I thought it would be useful in 3D modeling. So thank you guys for joining with us. Have a good day. Take care.